Hey guys, it's Jess and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by today, clicking on this video. If you're new here, be sure to head on down below and subscribe. I would love to have you back. And if you enjoy this, thumbs up, always awesome. For today's video, what we are going to be doing is talking about my advice for you to get the best prom dress ever. Prom dress shopping, honestly, in high school was the bane of my existence. I'm a freshman in college now, so this is the first year for a while that I'm not prom dress shopping, but I just thought, there's a few things about dress shopping I would have liked to have heard before I did it. And so I just sat down, wrote down 10 things that I think are really helpful. I know it's getting a little close to prom season, but I thought if you are like a lot of people in your last minute dress shopping, this is my advice for you. First of all, know where to go based on what kind of dress you want. If you know you want like a fancy boutique style dress, then like go to one of those places. But if you are like, you know, I just want a dress, like there's a lot of places you can go that aren't going to like charge you a ton of money. And so my advice is just to kind of think about what you want, because I knew I wanted something nice, but I didn't want to pay boutique prices. So that meant I had to do a little more searching and a little more shopping, and I'll go more into detail later in the video. I don't know, one of my biggest mistakes senior year was I went to this boutique that a lot of girls went to, but then I'm just like looking at these $600 dresses that didn't fit me without alterations, and it was just like honestly a waste of my time, and I don't want that for you. I want you to go in there, find the dress you want, and be so happy. Try on everything. This seems really obvious, but I know for me, if you go to more than one or two stores, you start to get a little overloaded and you may not want to try everything on. But if you even slightly think you like a dress, I would say just pick it up, try it on. There's no harm in doing that, because you know, when you're dress shopping like this, what I found is just a lot of times things don't fit the way you think, or maybe the color isn't what you thought. It turns, at least for me, prom dress shopping was never like easy, and so I would just say try it all on, give it all a chance, see what you think. It's also a really great way to see what you like about something and what you don't like about it. This is just kind of like a thing to keep in mind, but your prom dress doesn't have to cost a ton of money. Like, it really doesn't. My first year, I bought a prom dress on sale, and I know girls who have bought dresses they've loved that have been like clearance and like just super cheap. Like, I don't even know, like if you can get a prom dress under $50, like whoa, like don't feel bad about that, like honestly be proud of being that savvy. But yeah, so if you want an expensive dress and that's like within your means, I mean, that's up to you, but like just know that your dress does not have to be super expensive for you to look gorgeous and have a great time. Know your body type. This sounds a little weird, but something I ran into a lot is I'm kind of short. I'm like average to short height. And so there's a lot of really long dresses, and as someone who didn't want to wear like 6-inch heels all night, I was like, well, this is awkward. And I really wanted to wear like a mermaid tail dress. Do you know what I mean? Like the kind where they're like form-fitting and they slim out the bottom and they're just like gorgeous. I love them. But I'm 5'3". My heels were probably like, I don't know, with heels on, I was probably still like 5'6" at the best. So those dresses were not made for me. And that's like just my personal example, but you know, sometimes you look at a dress and it's just like not for your body type, and like no alteration is gonna change it. And I don't think you should feel bad about that. Like, not every dress is made for every individual. And I think if you can find a dress that's flattering and complements your body, that's amazing. Like, it doesn't have to be a certain way. When you're shopping, again, I mentioned heels in the last thing, but consider your dress with heels. This is an important one. Yeah, height changes, especially most girls do end up wearing heels. I mean, you don't have to if you're not feeling it. I honestly considered wearing Converse my senior year, but what I ran into is everyone else wears heels, and I felt like I was gonna look super short in pictures. You could just wear them in pictures too, but if you have the shoes you want to wear, or like a shoe similar to what you want to wear, like in height, honestly, I would suggest taking it with you to the stores and putting the dresses on with that, because that really does give you a much better representation of what it's gonna be like. I know that I bought last year like 2 different prom dresses and tried them on both at home with high heels, and that really makes a difference. If you're able to, and if you get this into it, like feel free to shop for dresses out of town. I know people who, like from where I am, they would go like an hour and a half to another big city to go try dresses there. The perk with that is that you are more likely to have a dress that other people are not wearing, which you know, you still run the risk of someone having the same dress as you, but you know, it's fun. I'm trying to think if I went far. I didn't actually go very far for my dress, but I did go, instead of shopping at my local mall, like the closest one to me, I went to one about 20 minutes away, and they actually did sell different dresses. Like, it was a more upscale mall, and they sold dresses at that Macy's that they did not sell at my Macy's. So even if you don't go super far, I think you should try shopping maybe a little bit out of the way if you have the ability to. If you find the dress of your dreams and then you put it on and it doesn't quite fit, maybe it's too big, too small, it can happen either way, I would say ask like the sales associate if there's any way if you can order it. My dress last year, I found it in the store. I loved it. It was too big for me and we ordered it. It took about 3 days. It came all the way from Louisiana to Texas and then it was perfect. Like it honestly was really great. And so if you need to, people might be able to order you the right size. So don't lose heart if you find that happening. Shop sales. This is a real thing. I guess the prom dress I wore my junior year we got on sale. And Macy's, I think I got my dress from Macy's both years. Granted, I went to a million stores both years. But Macy's has ended up being where I just had the most luck. I think they sell dresses kind of like the style I was looking for. But yeah, when I went, my mom had seen they were running a sale and she was like, we should really go right now and shop the sale, and it just worked out to where we were able to save money on that. I've mentioned this a few times in different ways, but you know, you can't always get the dress altered if it works. I know in my experience I was like, this mermaid fishtail dress is not going to alter very well. That's true. However, my junior year, I had a dress that was this big poofy skirt and it was too long for me, but it was just like normal on the bottom. There wasn't fancy detailing. So one of my mom's friends is really talented at sewing and I went over and she pinned everything, she got it together, she altered it for me, sewed it all up, made it really nice. She also made the waistband. It was a 2-piece dress, a top and the skirt. And the skirt, she made it so it has you know when we were kids and we had those adjustable waist pants where you could like bring it in or like, yeah. She made my skirt have an adjustable waist because when I had an empty stomach, it was too big for me, but when I ate, it was a little tight. So she put some buttons in there. Not that that's necessary, it was just like a nice addition. And so, yeah, if you need to, like, that's always an option. Finally, if you're prom dress shopping, just know, have fun and relax. These are the 2 things you need to do. Because prom dress shopping, even though in my mind, my experiences were positive and negative at the same time, just like have as much fun as you can because it really is a good time. So y'all, that is just my advice for prom dress shopping. I hope you've already found your dress, but if you haven't, these are my tips. That's all I got for you. Anyways, if you are going to prom, will you comment down below what day your prom is? I think it's really interesting. I know my prom was always pretty early. It was like beginning of April, but I know people start having prom all the way through May. I'm kind of excited this year, but also sad to be like seeing prom pictures but not there, you know? Like that's kind of bittersweet. Anyways, if you enjoyed this, please be sure to leave a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And if you want, subscribe down below because I'd love to see you again. And I hope you have an amazing week. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!